All right, now it's time to talk about SmackDown from February 21st, 2002.
The beautiful people. The beautiful people. The beautiful people.
Dude, I think about that riff so much. I think
so
about it so
good.
much.
Why is it so good?
I don't know. They didn't even
know,
use
it's
this
also-
theme song very long.
They used it for Raw as well, like way before this.
Not for. I used that for even less time, right?
Oh, it was. I don't even know if it was like
Was it
a
one
month
show?
or two.
Yeah.
I feel like it might have been a couple. Like, yeah, but yeah, they used it then. But that was like 90. When did that song drop? Because I'm shocked that it came back up in 2002. Because that was definitely like 98.
Did it come out in 98?
Let me see. I'll have to. Now I gotta look.
Yeah, I mean, we absolutely have to know the information here because
Yeah.
it definitely
96.
sounds like 96.
Yeah.
Wow. You remember
Holy
that Family
shit.
Guy episode with Marilyn Manson?
Yes, I do. Remember he was on Celebrity Deathmatch too.
Yeah, dude, he was on a lot of shit in like early 2000s, late 90s.
Yeah, he was
He's a big
gigantic
deal.
part of pop culture. Yeah, like a little weirdo.
Yeah, a little fucking weasel, dude.
What's fucking wrong with that guy?
I don't know. At least he made this SmackDown intro because this is fucking
Yeah,
dope.
thank.
Oh man, that used to. Oh, that
Yes.
get me so fired up. That
This
still
is
gets
in
me fired up. Hearing it here got me fired up.
Rockford, Illinois. Your commentators Michael Cole and Jerry the King Lawler.
Jerry, he was going crazy
Yeah.
tonight, man. Especially for Stephanie McMahon, he was fucking horned out of his mind.
What a lovely little girl. What the
Oh, a little
fuck?
flower. I'd love to deflower. Yo, what the fuck? So we kicked off the show. We had Vince McMahon with a cold open. Vinnie Mac starts off the show by saying, "I'm gonna inject."
No, he doesn't say this.
Oh, he should have. He did at one
Well, he
point.
didn't say that.
He did at some point. This is the era where the NWO comes to WWE, and they had the No Way Out pay-per-view. The NWO pay-per-view.
Yes. That was pretty well timed though, for real. Like
Yeah, it was.
they
It
could have
was.
debuted any time. They debuted at NWO. That's pretty cool.
And they made them look like complete jabronis. Man, they jabron these dudes
Oh.
out quick, huh?
Wow. It did not take long. They had, and like, what's crazy is, so Vince is cutting this promo. He's talking about what happened on Raw, which we'll talk about later because they do a 10-minute segment going over what happened on Raw. But
They said it's a flashback, and then they played just Raw. They just played
with
Raw.
timestamps.
It's not flashback. It's Raw.
It's the angle where the NWO run a tractor trailer into an ambulance that The Rock was inside of, which, cool fucking angle. And it made it to the video game, which is also
Shut your
means it's
mouth.
very cool. Yes. So anything that makes it to a video game is worth remembering. And it was even crazier than I kind of remember, like trailer slamming into this ambulance. Like, what a fucking cool visual. So
Whoa,
Vince is
Base Yoshihashi. He got the stick.
loose explosion. Tacos.
Yeah, we may or may not have the New Japan Rambo up also right now. So.
You may not get running Wrestle Kingdom commentary during this. Sorry about that. So Vince is talking about punishing the NWO for what they did to The Rock. They need to be held responsible for their actions and should be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. So it turns out that the officers of the law say that the punishment is community service.
And they have to apologize.
It's an adequate action that they have to do community service, and they have to publicly apologize to not only The Rock, but to all of you. So, what the fuck? Near murder. And just apologize and pick up some trash. Piece of trash.
You know what? It made me, I was thinking back to the video game. The way they show it in the video game is a little different. Maybe I remember it more from the video game, than I do in my actual mind of what this was. Because in the video game, it's in the middle of the goddamn street, out in the middle.
Yeah. No, it's outside of the building. This isn't like the parking lot, but in the game, it's like out front in the regular traffic.
Yeah, and he just runs, he just destroys it.
I forgot about that. You're right. It's just there's like pedestrians walking by. There's just an ambulance there. The Rock's being loaded into the ambulance outside the front of a building, and then the NWO just come flying by. NWO for life, dude.
Oh man, I can't wait till we get to that part of the show because Hogan was just, I don't even know what he was on.
But yeah, so Vince cuts a promo, and then we get the intro to SmackDown.
Yeah. Beautiful people, man.
Oh,
This was not used very long, but I swear to God, when people think of the SmackDown intro, this is the one they think of most of the time. Did So we get we open the show with a Kurt Angle promo. And,
oh boy,
dude. So 2002, we are now in the era of not only the "you suck" chance for Kurt Angle, but we are also in the "what" chance.
Oh my God, this is peak what right here. Like, this is liberties. Austin takes liberties with the what's later in the show too. It's unbelievable.
He's not even in the crowd and he's still saying it. I seriously think he worked himself into a shoot where like he can't stop fucking saying it. I don't even think he's trying to say it anymore. He just does it.
By the way, the Beautiful People was used from August 16th, 2001 to May 15th, 2003.
Yeah, what, a year?
Not like almost 2.
Yeah, I feel like it was forever. Like, I don't know, like that was just a dope time for SmackDown.
and that might be because we played the game so much.
So Kurt Angle is pissed off and wants to vent his frustrations because he lost his WrestleMania opportunity on Raw this week because of Ric Flair. Thank you, Ric Flair.
Yeah, don't start with me, people. I'm not in the mood. That's how he starts the promo.
I'm an Olympic gold medalist. He goes, This is an open challenge. If anyone in the back has got the guts, you come out and face me right now so I can go Olympic on your ass.
Face me in a match so I can show them the definition of pain. So Kurt pretty much is holding the show hostage here. He says he's not leaving until somebody comes out. How did he know anyone was going to come out? He also says, if you don't come out, I'm going to come back there. Who are you going after? This is an open.
Just anyone.
You're going to just fight somebody?
Just anybody back there. Taz,
and
maybe.
Then, it's Kane. And not only is it Kane, but it's Kane in the see-through titty outfit.
Oh my God. I literally wrote that. I wrote down Kurt Angle versus Kane with the nipples. Oh my God.
Not only the nipples, he had the see-through titties and he had see-through thighs as well. This is a Natalia 2020 gear outfit that
Kane was fucking bricked up during this match, bro.
Why did he have that outfit?
Kane was bricked up in this match.
I don't
Nipples
remember
out,
that.
Thighs showing.
Yeah.
So what's up, baby? I'll face you one-on-one.
Yeah, let me get some of that. The Beautiful People.
This was such a weird era for Kane. Not only did Kane come out with the nipples, Kane was doing punch combinations.
Yeah, Kane was, dude. This turns into like, at one point this feels like just a shoot wrestling match. So it's Kurt versus Kane. I don't even know if there's this was ever a sanctioned official match. There's refs out there, but it's just trying to break it up for the most part.
Yeah.
These two are going at it right away. Like usually, like when Kane comes out, I like this a lot about this. Usually when Kane comes out and people are like, "Oh fuck, I'm gonna get fucked." Kurt Angle is so pissed that he goes right after Kane as Kane gets in the ring. He is not showing any fear.
Yeah.
He's not intimidated in the slightest. And this whole, I don't know how long this was going on for, but they just whoop each other's ass this whole time. Then Kurt attacks Kane with a chair. It was a DQ, so I guess it was an official match.
Because he hits the German suplex, gets a chair, and then beats Kane's ass with a chair. They go, fuck it, I guess we're not having a match.
Then Kurt's like near the ropes. Kane spears Kurt through the ropes and almost kills them both.
He almost took a neck bump on the ground. Yeah, that was tough.
Big E, like when Cesaro did that suicide dive that one time.
Yeah, dude, that's almost exactly what it was. Kurt, when he hit the ground, was like, fuck.
Yeah, it was brutal. This was fucking cool. So Kane's taking off all the shit on the announcer's table to chokeslam Kurt through it. Kurt reverses it and hits a back suplex. Not even a German, just a back suplex through the table. And that's not it.
Dude, that was awesome.
It was cool. The fucking table exploded, but that was not enough for Kurt. He then picks up Kane and Germans him onto the broken table. What the fuck? That was cool.
I feel like Kurt was taking liberties with this.
I think so too. Kane this must have been a wrestler's court decision.
Yeah, I think so too. They said, Kane got there with your nipples and your thighs and get your ass beat.
Get that sexy ass whooped. And then, speaking of taking liberties, Kurt then hits a belly-to-belly suplex on the timekeeper.
Dude, I was so fucking confused. That was crazy because he was mic'd up and everything. He just took him and tossed him across the fucking way. I was like, wow. That was awesome. I liked it a lot. Kurt was primal as hell here.
Kurt then attacks. This is still not done. Kurt attacks Kane's ankle with the chair. He puts the ankle lock on him. Kane is tapping out. This made Kurt look like a fucking beast, man.
Call
This
me
was
Kurt
awesome.
Angle. Call me Kurt Angle.
He was perked up for sure.
Yeah,
Kane
this
was
is
sexy
dirty.
as hell.
Kane was looking kind of crazy. I don't know what was happening here tonight.
You little red,
like a little flower.
Big red freak. So you are. Little flower.
Dude, I loved when Kane wiped the announce table clean at the beginning. He was going to put Kurt through the announce table, and then he knocks the monitor off, and Jerry Lawler goes, "No, I need that. I need that. I need it.
Can't see. They're right in front of you, Jerry.
Well, they have to sit there the rest of the night like fucking bozos. There's no fucking
it's even
table.
better. They come back later, and Cole and King are just sitting there they're doing the Andre shot because I guess the cameraman didn't want to. I guess he wanted to get the table in the shot, so it's like the Andre angle from the floor, just pointing up at Lawler and Cole without a table.
All you see is peckers, dude. It's just a pecker shot.
Michael Cole's jacked too. He's big arms.
Yeah, dude, he was looking crazy with his little hair. So we cut to Ric Flair backstage after Kurt Angle goes primal.
No water bottles, sadly.
Flair and Arner, sadly, didn't have 10 minutes to run this. Flair and Arner,
my son,
they get out backstage. They're watching Kurt Angle go crazy. Flair is the fucking, he's the co-president of the WWF at this point, co-owner. He's the consortium. He's the consortium of the WWF, and he goes, yeah, whatever. Kurt Angle's all right. Undertaker comes backstage. He wants a match with Ric Flair at WrestleMania. Ric Flair said he just, wants to be a businessman. He doesn't want to wrestle anymore. He just wants to be the co-owner of the WWF. Leave me the fuck alone.
Taker asks them if they're going to dance at WrestleMania.
And no, I don't want to do anything at WrestleMania.
No,
I want to go home. I want to go home. I want to go home.
Go away, you and your hoodie and your bandana.
Yeah, so Ric Flair, Ric Flair does not want to fucking face Undertaker at WrestleMania. He just wants WCW to be a thing again. Sadly, that's never going to happen.
Please, bring back the Horseman. My hand's cramped in this 4 position. Please help me.
And then Taker leaves the room. He turns back and looks at Arn. He goes, I guess when it came to the Horseman, you were the one with all the guts.
No.
So what? Ron, get the fuck out of the room, bro. Just leave.
You're about to take a spine buster at me, Taker. You better calm down.
Dude, Arn is looking good at this point.
He looked great here. He should have, I really can't believe they didn't have, one match, at least Flair and Arn against somebody. He looked so good.
And he, when he did his spine buster, it even looked good.
Yeah, and he hits it he hits it on at Mania on Taker, and it's fucking clean.
Yeah. So after that, we get SmackDown your vote. Taz says vote or die.
Vote or die, you motherfucker! Put your countdown on me.
That ruled so much ass. I had no clue what was going on. I just saw Taz. I was like, oh, you're fucking kidding me.
I was very lost. I don't know what was happening. Then SmackDown your vote.
Were we voting for George W. Bush at this point? Is that who we were voting for? SmackDown your vote for George
vote
Bush?
W, brother.
So make sure you guys go out there in February 2002. Get your ass out there and vote. Don't forget.
SmackDown your vote, actually.
So we come back. Jerry Lawler and Michael Cole are sitting there. The camera makes sure to get as much wiener as humanly possible.
Cock and balls.
Here. They're like, of course they're talking. They're like, damn, we can't believe this fucking big red bastard just got his ass whooped by Kurt Angle.
You look kind of sexy, though.
Yeah, I don't know what was with those nipples, but they got me bricked. I was like, oh, that's crazy. Yeah, Jerry's crazy. And this is where we start the WWF flashback.
Dude.
This is not any regular flashback.
No.
They literally played at least 15 to 20 minutes of Raw, just straight up.
Yeah, there's only been one match on the show and it ended at DQ. Now we're getting a 20-minute recap of Raw.
The poison has arrived.
Every time they show a new clip, also, I don't know why they did this. Instead of just saying, oh, this happened at the pay-per-view, last Sunday, 8:01 p.m. What the Why did they have a timestamp for everything here?
I kind of wish they was all like that. I need to know the time. It makes it a little cooler to me.
Do you need to know? I don't think it had any relevance on what happened.
PM. Yeah, it did. To me.
I wish they would have just lied. Like, how do you even know they're telling the truth? You tell me that they knew for sure that Hogan cut a promo putting himself over at 9:52 p.m. on Raw?
Yeah, they had to check it 3 times when they gave it to the police. So the NWO debuts at the No Way Out pay-per-view. I always thought it was weird that the NWO debuted at this pay-per-view, and then the pay-per-view was just a big road sign.
Yeah, well, there's tractor trailers there, too.
Yeah, I don't know what the deal is with this. I thought they were going to go... Maybe I thought they were going to go a little more in on the NWO, but I guess at this point, WCW had been dead for quite a bit, so maybe they thought, like...
And they wanted it to die even more.
Yeah, maybe they thought they just wouldn't have as much hoopla than if they would have came in immediately when WCW folded.
Yeah.
But I don't think that was the fucking case, man. I feel like they could have treated this a lot different, but it's still made for.
Dude, the NWO coming to WWE, it was like the dream of every wrestling fan at that time, like that watched during that time. You're telling me they could have got a year out of that?
Yeah, but for some reason they had him debut at No Way Out and go, hey man, we're just here to kind of hang out, we're just whatever.
And get beat up by all their top guys.
That was the big thing. Vince goes, I'm gonna inject a lethal dose, and Hulk Hogan goes, hey brother, we just want a job.
And not only that, it's not even like it's like 2 months later, and all of them lose at Mania.
And then Hogan goes, yeah, whatever, I'm kind of done with this whole NWO thing. What the fuck?
Thanks, brother.
Damn, dude, he played these dudes hard.
Yeah, he just wanted a contract, bro. He just wanted a job.
So at the No Way Out pay-per-view, Austin faced Jericho for the Undisputed title. The NWO interfered, costing Austin the match, and they spray painted NWO on Steve Austin's back.
And Scott Hall did a diamond cutter.
And I love that Austin never, ever gave Scott Hall anything on any of those stunners, bro. Ever.
None of them.
Scott Hall gave Austin some of the best stunners he ever did. Austin didn't even bump for them things. He didn't even think about it.
Made sure they look like shit every time.
He never hit one good one ever on Austin. Ever. Yeah, that was crazy. I couldn't believe that.
Then at 9:04 p.m. on Monday, Austin cut a promo.
Austin comes out, calls them out on Raw. They come out, and then they just leave. See ya.
Yeah. And then at 9:17 p.m., Stone Cold's getting arrested, and Scott Hall says, have a nice night in jail. But then at 9:39 p.m., Hogan tells Hall and Nash to head out. They were all going to leave in a limo.
Times? Did you write these times down?
Yes, motherfucker. They put them on the screen, and I'm making sure that they know that they put these in the promos to convince me that at 9:17 they did that, and then at 9:39 Hogan told Hall and Nash to leave in the limo because he had something to say. Tiger Mask. Oh shit! Look at that.
Whoa.
At 9:52 p.m., Hogan cut a promo, putting himself over. He just talks about himself the whole time.
There will never be a bigger star than me, brother.
Yeah. I'm really good, brother. Don't worry about Hall and Nash, dude. He told his friends to go home so he could put himself over. Fuck.
Look, I really need this job, brother.
I got a lot of kids, dude. Linda's draining me, bro. Alimony.
Jerry Lawler, alimony.
I know about that. Wow. The Rock interrupts, but they didn't tell me what time it happened at, so it really fucked up my timeline.
Oh no times.
They didn't tell me.
When did The Rock arrive? When did The Rock show
up? The Rock challenges Hogan to a match at Mania, and then The Rock hits the rock bottom on Hogan, and NWO attack Rock at 10:07 p.m.
Oh, thank you. We're good. We got time.
Then it took from they whooped his ass from 10:07 p.m. to 10:18 p.m. when The Rock is getting loaded into the ambulance. So it's quite the beatdown.
Yeah, it was funny because like they're trying to set up for the Hogan versus Rock match at Mania. The Rock goes, what about a match with The Rock? That's one of the most iconic moments ever. And then Hogan said, no. And then it ends up, that match never happens. Hogan leaves wrestling, The Rock goes to TNA, and then he immediately meets the requirements for a pay raise from Jeff Jarrett, which is fucking 1 in a 2 shot. 50% chance.
Imagine a world where that was really what happened. He's at the meeting, he's sitting there, Rikishi's off to the side because he got the recommendations. He's like, you know what, you can't take me. I got just the thing. He stands to the side, raising the roof as The Rock is being interviewed by Jeff Jarrett. And he says, you actually check one of these boxes.
Look at the list. You are The Rock.
Is he The Rock? Yeah, you are The Rock. You know what? You're in.
That would be an awesome timeline. Probably better than the actual timeline.
God. How did that? That's fucked up, man. I wish we had more pull in wrestling around that time.
What about a match with The Rock? No, brother.
No, dude. I want Austin. The fuck are you? That's why we're beating up Austin. What are you doing?
We want to do the Austin angle, dude.
We're doing an Austin angle. Rock, go away. Hogan didn't want to wrestle Rock so much, he tries to kill him. So, 10:18 p.m., The Rock is loaded into the ambulance, and then it's driving away, and it gets stopped by a tractor trailer. And the NWO is back in a limo. They never left. The NWO attack the ambulance. The EMT's running away. It's just straight out of Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, it is. It truly is.
Just smashing with pipes and tire irons. The NWO then chained the back of the ambulance to keep The Rock in there, despite the fact that The Rock is strapped to a stretcher. He was not going anywhere.
He's on the gurney the whole time, yeah.
He was, as this is going on. And then they run this trailer into the ambulance. And what does Hogan say before this, Jane?
Oh my God. All right, so Hogan, dude, I swear to God, he don't even know what he's saying. He's just saying words.
Just hitting the fucking lines to the sound bites.
Yeah, so they slap up this ambulance with all the stuff, make sure he doesn't get out or whatever. Hall locks the doors shut, and then Hollywood goes into the big rig, and right before he does it, he pats him on the back, and he goes, "Hey, let Hollywood lay the smackdown on his crippled ass NWO style for life." What? What does that mean? Let Hollywood lay the smackdown on his crippled ass NWO style for life? What the fuck
Why you
does
let the
that
thousands
mean?
and millions of NWOites run all over his ass, dude, for life's too
For
sweet.
life. Too sweet. Oh, NWO for life.
Just everything was for life.
What did that mean?
How about you go one-on-one with The Rock? No. All right, well, how about for life? Oh, he starts hulking up.
What about a match with The Rock? No.
For life, no. Never.
Don't ever talk to me again. Get the fuck out of here.
I don't want to wrestle you so much. I'm gonna have my friends hit you with this trailer for life.
The SmackDown's coming ass NWO style for life. He said that with a straight face. I mean, you are 40-something years old at this point. It's unbelievable.
He's so tan.
God, he is incredibly tan.
You know what's even more fucked about this? They hit The Rock with this trailer. The Rock comes back in like a week. Mania's in 3 weeks.
You go one-on-one with The Rock.
He fucking gets slammed with his trailer. How is he not dead? I don't know when he comes back, but he's in time for Mania. And he wins.
We saw Triple H fucking die at Survivor Series.
He got flipped upside down.
He took like 2 weeks off and then came back. So like
that's what happened here.
Yeah, there's something in the water out there. I don't know.
Unbelievable for life.
Yeah, at least they got the match out of it where the crowd was super into it.
That's an all-timer. That's when wrestling ended for me.
that was literally the season finale of the WWE. Everything after was some shitty spin-off.
The series finale.
After that, everything was just like
non-canon.
This sucks.
Put it aside, bam, non-canon.
This is the Netflix version. Get this fucking shit out of here. The live-action WWF movie. Get the fuck out of here.
For life.
This is the NWO style for life version. Get this fucking shit out of here. This shit sucks. Dude, so Hogan hits the ambulance, but not only once, he hits it 3 times. At least 3.
That's right.
What's up with that?
I think in my head it wasn't that many times because I thought in the games it was just them replaying it.
Yeah, you're right. Like a slow-mo kind of.
Yeah, like they go just back, just different angles. Like it's the same spot but just different angles. But I guess it was
makes it even crazier
times.
that Rock comes back so quickly.
Yes.
They destroyed the ambulance, and then Rock said, "Do you want to go one-on-one with The Rock at WrestleMania?"
He pops his head out of the ambulance.
The Rock says, "NWO style for life."
I didn't get an answer.
That would have been way fucking cooler than what they did. He pops out the back of the gurney. The Rock says.
The ambulance doors got busted open, so his gurney rolls out of the back of it. He pops his head up, eyebrow raised. So do you want to go one-on-one with the great one? No, dude.
The Rock literally can't talk unless he's cutting a promo. So that's all he can do.
I don't want to wrestle you ever for life.
I'm going to TNA now. Bye. I would love someone to draw that. Just the Rock just peeking his head up a busted ass ambulance. The Rock says, "Do you want a match with the great one?"
How about a match with The Rock? His bloody, busted up head peeking out of the ambulance.
Bags some fucking shit up and hits him again. fucking please.
Runs over his head.
Just gets right back up.
His beheaded rockhead rolling around. What about now?
This is fucking Evil Dead. This is a Sam Raimi movie. So that was all a flashback. None of this actually happened on this show.
Yeah, that wasn't on SmackDown at all.
So that didn't happen at all. Now we get to the NWO public apology. This is part of their gimmick they have to do, where they have to do community service and they have to publicly apologize.
Yes, by law.
So NWO comes out with a piece of paper, a very scripted apology. And Michael Cole really says it a lie. He said, this is scripted. This is scripted. This whole show is scripted.
Michael Cole says, they're reading from a prepared statement. They don't even mean this. Yeah, no shit, bro.
Yeah, no kidding. Kevin Nash starts it off. It's really just a bunch of bullshit. It's very boring, to be honest with you.
It's what you think it would be. It would have prepared apology.
So then he hands it off to Scott Hall, and I was really hoping that Scott Hall would get the paper and look at it, and he'd go, hey, yo. I was really
it says right
hoping
here,
he would.
survey time. Hogan has a good line here, though. He says, Hogan says, Rock, I hope you can forgive me like I have forgiven you for attacking me first.
Yeah, Hogan's part was the best part. They didn't even give anything to Nash at all.
That was pretty good.
The NWO here just looked like complete fucking geeks. Like, good lord.
Yeah, they're... Yeah, I wouldn't have did it this way, but you know.
No, yeah. So anyways, the glass breaks. Stone Cold's about to go beat somebody's ass.
Oh, hell yeah.
Stone Cold drives into the arena with his truck and his crowbar.
Through the set.
Yeah, dude, that's where Undertaker comes out from later, too.
Yeah.
So I didn't even know that was there.
This is the glass shattery SmackDown Fist era. So he drives like right through the shattered glass part of the stage, and it looks fucking
cool. It moves
cool.
it, too. Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
It was cool.
This is not like a slow drive in, like Eddie Guerrero style. He is...
He barrel rolled the fucking entranceway, yeah.
And he jumps out. The NWO's running away from this one man, of course. Austin gets out with a tire iron, just whooping ass. Nash and Hogan get away. Scott Hall does not get away. Austin just beating him with his tire iron. Hall gets his ass whooped. Hogan and Nash go backstage and leave.
And they leave. I gotta go.
But then Austin gets into the truck and they get Hall, but I don't know. This was confusing to me. So I was like, okay, he's just gonna steal Hall here. Austin gets back in this truck and he's going to back the truck up into Hall, but Hogan and Nash get Hall and they go backstage together. But that's not. Eventually, they lose him somehow.
Yeah. So it literally from the stage to the next cut. Scott Hall, I think, tripped and fell, and then they just left him there.
Yeah, they didn't show that, though, did they?
No, of course not.
Okay.
They just, So they ran into the room, and Scott Hall wasn't there. It's kind of like Left 4 Dead when you make it to the last room, and you're like, there's that one guy who got caught.
See the bodies on the ground? Yeah.
Yeah, that one guy got caught by the damn one on the roof, and you're just like, here we go. Okay, get this guy. So Stone Cold tried to run him over to the truck. It cuts back from commercial. NWO's backstage. They're trying to get into their limousine that's been vandalized. Hogan walks up to the limo and goes, "What?" And it pans over to the limo, and there's a big "what" on it, which was just fantastic.
That was pretty good,
that was great. That was like the funniest thing on the whole show, to be honest. That was like real like Office level first season shit.
It doesn't even feel like, I feel like they didn't even think. I think that was Hogan's like actual just response, and it just happened. And it says "what" on the side of it. Yeah, wet. Yeah.
So after that, we get Edge versus Christian. This is a singles match. I'm guessing they had broken up at some point in the past year.
I want your opinion on this pyro.
Okay.
Because I wasn't sure if it was a word.
Okay. Well, first off, never gonna stop me. Never gonna stop.
Yeah, fair enough.
So not only was it Rob Zombie, but Christian had Christian.
Yeah.
Dude, that rules. That riff goes crazy too.
It does.
So Edge
music here.
Absolutely fantastic at this point.
Dude, Edge is jacked.
So Christian comes out the exact fucking opposite. He's got a mesh shirt on, and
he's got Kane's gear on.
Yeah, this is rough right here. So Christian comes out, and his pyro was fucked up.
Like, you know, he has the raining pyro. Like, I guess if you weren't watching back then, it's the Randy Orton pyro, like the raining down gold from the entranceway. And like only like maybe a foot of it, like it doesn't cover the whole thing. It covers just one side, kinda. And he comes out and sells it, but like, if this was on purpose, why? Just because the story is he's a loser, so everything goes wrong for him? Is that what it was?
Yeah,
that's
this was definitely a gimmick. So Christian comes out and the pyro is real fucked up. I mean, it's like
it's pretty good.
It's like when we watched that TNA episode and it just went. Except for this was a gimmick and that was a shoot. So Christian comes out, he looks at his pyro, he's fucking pissed off. He pitches a fit about it on the stage and then runs down.
Yeah, it runs down the ramp.
Because Edge gets Rob Zombie, the smoke he gets got, and Christian comes out.
He gets everything.
So, he's pissed off. This is way deep into Christian's "I'm a big baby" gimmick. And they end up having this match, which is pretty all right for the most part.
Yeah, it was okay. They didn't do anything
crazy.
Right. No, it's there is one thing that I feel like you and I both have been wanting to talk about. Edge locks in a submission move. Now, you listening at home right now or wherever you call wherever you want. If I tell you Edge won with a submission, I want you to in your head think of what the name of that move is, because I think we all kind of know. It's, you know, even if you call it the wrong thing, you probably were closer to what Jerry Lawler called it here.
They were really trying to drive this home too, huh?
Yeah, Jerry Lawler refers to this move. The Educator is what the actual move. He refers to it as the figure 4 edge lock. And it wasn't just like a passing comment, like he doesn't just say figure 4 edge lock. Figure 4 edge lock. Ah, figure 4 edge lock. Isn't that right, Jerry? Is that figure 4 edge lock?
JR calls it that too. JR says it's this too.
Oh yeah, this is Cole there. Yeah, Cole's like,
there are many people calling it the figure 4 edge lock.
Yeah, I heard backstage that they're calling it the figure 4 edge lock.
I've been seeing a lot recently. A lot of people are calling it the figure 4 edge lock.
He says it so many goddamn times, and it doesn't stick, obviously, because somebody must have heard him say this and say, that sounds fucking lame as hell. Figure
I don't
4
know,
edge
man.
lock.
I heard in all my next videos with Edge that I'm always going to call it that from when
yeah, well, that's what I know it from now on as that. So
that's
you're
what
right.
I've known it as from the future, starting now. Is the figure 4
that's
edge.
Mandela effect. It was always the figure 4 edge lock, actually.
I'm going to clip that one part of it. I'll be like, look, it is this. You piece of shit.
Yeah, figure 4 edge lock. Edge wins, and then Christian gets on the mic. He's crying. He cuts a promo. He says, I guess you're expecting me to throw a temper tantrum, huh? And everyone's like, yeah, fuck you.
Yeah, Christian goes, you want me to piss my pants, huh? You maybe shit and cum? Well, how about I just quit?
I'll do you one better. I quit.
So then Christian shitted it and farted it and covered all over the fucking ring.
Yeah, it was kind of crazy. What about his
And then said, maybe I was wrong about that guy. Goddamn, pal. That guy could shittered, pissered, and covered all on the same
do anything with his
time.
business that he loves. He can shit and piss and come for life, dude. NWO style.
That's what NWO style for life is. NWO style for life is that you get shittered, pissered, and come.
This podcast is NWO style for life. Too sweet.
I'm just too sweet. He said, man, I guess Edge just wasn't good to his brother tonight. I said, oh my God, I totally forgot that everybody in the tag division was brothers.
They had to be, because the Dudleys and the Hardys were brothers. So
everybody
they gotta be
was
brothers.
shoot brothers to WWE.
I liked wrestling better when everyone was brothers. When was the last time
too.
When was the last time they did like a fake brother tag team? That doesn't happen anymore, does it?
No, it doesn't. They don't even try with that, yeah.
I guess it's just because everyone knows too much that they don't even bother?
Yeah, probably. But I would definitely do it
they did do Jason Jordan being Kurt Angle's son.
And they ran with it, too. That's fucked.
Yeah. Oh, well.
So after Edge and Christian, we cut backstage to the NWO. Hall and Nash, I guess Nash and Hogan are still running away from Austin. Hall is, I'm guessing Stone Cold somehow got him. Nash and Hogan don't even look for Scott. At first, Kevin's like, yeah, maybe we should look for him. And Hogan goes, yeah, we should look for him. And he goes, no, never mind. Scott is resourceful. We don't need to do it. He'll figure it out himself.
He's resourceful. That was just chill, he says.
Steve Austin is walking up to a walk-in freezer. He opens the door up, and Scott Hall is bound and gagged to this chair.
He has tape over his mouth. He's looking disheveled.
Austin says, is it cool enough in here for you? What?
You calling off, son? You don't mind if I drink a beer, do you? Is that going to upset you? What? Am I going to offend you if I drink a beer? What?
Just want to drink one beer. What?
Yeah. Where's your little friends? What? Where's your little friends? What?
Want to come into the WWF and ruin my title shot? What?
He said, you want one of these? And then he grabs 2 beer bottles. He opens one and drinks one. And then he said, you want one of these, son? And he puts the beer bottle on Scott's shoulder, but it obviously keeps rolling off. So Austin replaces this on his shoulder 3 different times. And then he keeps playing with Scott Hall's hair this whole promo too.
Yeah, it was kind of creepy, honestly. A lot of this was creepy.
It was weird. I don't know what's going on.
So Steve just ends up leaving him locked in the freezer. And, I guess we'll see what happens next.
Great.
We get to maybe, that's not even a maybe. This is easily the best match of the night. The Hardy Boys and Rob Van Dam versus Lance Storm and the Dudley Boys.
Yes.
6-man tag action.
What the fuck was Matt Hardy wearing during his entrance? He's wearing a big pervert trench coat.
He was swagged out of his mind. He said, I gotta have something. I can't have nothing.
He didn't need nothing.
The Hardy Boys come out. Rob Van Dam comes out. Lance Storm comes out. Yeah, we're coming down. I can't believe it. Not only is it,
oh God,
yeah, we're coming down. All of a sudden, the Duchess of Dudleyville.
Oh boy.
Dude, I laughed. I cried. I fist pumped the air. I couldn't believe it.
For life.
This is the greatest night. This is truly NWO style for life.
She did look fantastic. I will give you that.
Dude.
But, you know.
I just couldn't even believe this, dude. So. We got Rob Van Dam.
Whoa.
We got, yeah, we're coming down. And we got the Duchess all at one time. Oh my God.
Like you said, this. So, for some reason in my mind, I don't remember RVD not having pyro. So that was weird. He just didn't have pyro during his entrance.
Yeah, he didn't. But he still had the cool songs, so it was all good. And this is an all-time RVD attire for me. Like the green RVD text. Yeah, I think
it's tough to pick my favorite because he has so many good ones. Like I feel like they just always are good.
Yeah, I think they are too. I think he just had a really good artist, and I think his designs are pretty easy.
This is also
they were just like, let me get some dragons and some yin yang signs. And
whoa, you put some fucking stuff on there, dude.
Hey, dude, Spider-Man.
Go medieval or whatever. Cool.
Whoa. You have 2 belts?
Whoa, look at that fucking dragon. You should put Fonzie on there.
Yeah, Sabu, I think so too.
So Jeff Hardy also, I think Jeff Hardy wore this in Shut Your Mouth because it was the hat with the ponytail, the pigtails through them.
Yeah, dude, I could not believe. I was like, damn, I forgot that.
Jeff Hardy's got the hat on with stop typing in the chat.
So Jeff Hardy with the hair. The hat and the hair. Yeah, he wrestled the whole fucking match with the hat on. I think that's so crazy, man. Just wrestling with a dad hat on.
How did he keep it on?
The hair must have been holding it down or something.
Holding it down.
Yeah, holding it down. Matt Hardy went brolic in this match. Dude was breaking out moonsault like it won't nothing. I mean, like just a completely different kind of beast back in 2002. There's a reason that he always got shot after shot at this point, and they always want to do something with him because not only was he not afraid to change stuff up, he was also a very underrated worker. Truly,
he was cool. Yeah. The finish of this match, this match was fun, but the finishing sequence of this was real fucking crazy. They went like a mile a minute for like 2 minutes. RVD goes up top to do the 5-star. Stacy crotches him on the top rope, so Lita goes to attack her. But then Devon stops Lita from attacking Stacy. Devon goes to hit Lita. Matt blocks it, goes for the twist of fate. Then he gets shoved off, and then out of nowhere, 3D. It was such a clean 3D too. Like it split second, they had to be in the perfect spot to hit 3D. Then they cover Matt. 1, 2. Jeff hits the Swanton. Lita hits the 𝓷𝓐𝓏𝓏. RVD hits the 5-star. 1, 2, 3. What a goddamn finish!
Not only did he hit the 5-star, he had to change his way that he was moved because Lance Storm was not. And maybe that's what made this so fucking cool was that Lance Storm was not in the right position for this.
No.
And like RVD just went with it anyways. And like he went up to do the 5-star and he had to turn like 180 to hit Lance Storm correctly. And he still gave him the move right. Everything went great. It made it look even better. Lita's 𝓷𝓐𝓏𝓏 is fucked because like she's like the only one I know that
she
legit
whips.
Yeah, she legit throws her entire body out. Which makes it look like it makes her look incredibly long. It's really a different looking run off the top.
It's more like a head scissors, but just from how it's done, it is real weird. You're right. She like puts her entire weight into it. Like,
it always looked dope too, and the way they set up this finish was fantastic. I love this match. It was good. Yeah. Like this is a reminder of how good everyone in the mid card was at this point.
Yeah.
Like, just real good stuff.
It was pretty dope.
So NWO's backstage again. It's not too much here. Just Hogan and Hall kind of Hogan and Nash looking for Scott Hall. Just kind of moving around. They left the room. And now they're like, oh, I guess we should go look for him. Then we have the WWF Whack of the Night. Tobacco is wacko.
Is this another truth thing? Because that's buttoutnow.com was tobacco is wacko. Yeah, that was.
Tobacco is wacko.
Yeah, the whack of the night is Kurt getting hit with a pedigree.
It's Kurt Angle getting his ass whooped. It's my time. It's my time. Triple H is going to Mania, baby.
Hell yeah.
After the whack of the night, we get Ric Flair
this.
backstage. Ric Flair's backstage. He's talking to somebody on the phone, trying to figure out what to do next. He's like, is WCW coming back or no?
Trying to put the Horsemen back together.
He's like, hey, what y'all doing, man? Trying to get in there? Stephanie McMahon says, what's going on in here? She comes into the room and bends down to make sure her titties aren't shot. See what's going down with Big Rick, y'all.
Good God. She is looking nice. Real
Stephanie
nice.
McMahon is pissed that Triple H is going to Mania. Thanks for nothing, Rick. You didn't help us here.
You bitch.
Stephanie hears the toilet go off, and she's like, oh, what do you got, Arn Anderson in here? But
Your little horseman buddy.
It's actually Triple H taking a shit.
Dropping a big deuce.
Triple H comes out and says, whoa, you're my wife. He goes, you know what they say, Stephanie? Life is a beep, and then you marry one.
And then she leaves. She storms out, and Flair, as she's leaving, says, don't leave mad. Just leave.
Stephanie says, damn, they do say that. They do say that line. I heard it before.
Whoa.
So after that, we cut to Scott Hall and Stone Cold again. And Stone Cold is just going to fucking town with this dude. I mean, he is just taking liberties with
liberties to the fullest extent. He's pushing Hall around in a chair. He says, you want to go on a ride with Stone Cold, huh?
What?
He gets right in Hall's face, who has tape over his mouth, and he says, if you want to go on a ride with Stone Cold, give me a hell yeah.
He goes, give me a hell yeah. What?
I didn't hear you. You didn't say nothing. And then he's just rambling. He says, those 3 letters on your chest, are they supposed to impress me? What? Intimidate me? What? If it does, it don't. What?
Legitimate what?
Actual
Legitimate what noises?
You
Go pay, you big son of a bitch. What? Scott Hall's chair starts randomly rolling away, and then Steve grabs the chair and he turns it back around. You look at me when I'm talking to you, son. Scott Hall doesn't do anything this whole fucking night. He
doesn't sell. He just stares. He's like drunk. He's already drunk.
He got the second hands.
Honestly, you could be my designated driver. I can't drive. I've been drinking. That'd be stupid. Responsible Stone Cold's my favorite Stone Cold.
What?
Takes him again away. He takes him away again. And then what is up next, my friend?
The WWF Stacker 2 Burn of the Week.
Not only is it the Stagger 2 Burn of the Week, but the commercial is Taz in The Sopranos.
Oh my God.
Stopping a tractor trailer full of Stagger 2 motherfucking gabagool.
They're gonna steal this whole fuking truck. They also had addiction, understandable.
With them?
So, the Stacker 2 Burn of the Week is the APA beats Billy and Chuck at No Way Out, and they'll meet the tag team champions at WrestleMania.
Yes.
Well, guess what?
Billy
and Chuck will see you at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
So we get NWO backstage again. Hogan is walking around with a big shovel, which is very on the nose. Just real good shit here, honestly.
Nash is carrying on a pipe to lay some.
So then we get Taz and Spike Dudley, who are the WWF Tag Team Champions at this point.
Yes.
Versus Billy and Chuck. Taz and Spike,
titles.
maybe the tag champions for only a short amount of time, right?
Yeah, yes, because
I swear they
because they lose him here.
Yeah, they didn't have him for long at all.
No,
and they
I don't
didn't
think so
make it
either.
very convincing either. They
No.
come out, they said they beat Test and Booker. I no fucking clue how, but they beat them.
Taz is out here all jacked up on Stacker 2.
That's awesome.
The APA are watching backstage very nonchalantly, just watching the monitor as this match goes on.
That's a good job, man.
It was a match. Taz locks in the ― but Billy breaks it up. Spike goes for the Dudley dog. It gets countered by Billy, and then Spike eats a super kick from Chuck, and then a famouser for the win. New tag team champions, Billiam and Chuckathy.
Dude, Chuck had the little pigtail braids.
Yeah, he should have put a hat on, like Jeff Hardy.
Yeah, that haircut was crazy. And Billy and Chuck's gimmick at this point is that everyone is pretty sure they're gay, but
Except
they
them.
definitely say
Yes.
they're not gay.
Yeah, pretty much. And there's an interview that kind of is also. You're right. That's the whole gimmick. Because even when which is weird that they even went as far as to go to the wedding angle. But I guess that the wedding angle was good because they're gonna get married and they're like, we're not gay. What the
We're
hell?
not gay.
We're not gay
Are
at all.
you sure?
What's going on here? Why are we even here? How'd you set up this wedding? We didn't agree.
So before we get to the Billy and Chuck promo part, we get to Stone Cold and Scott Hall backstage again. They go backstage. Scott Hall is still not doing anything but rolling around in his chair all night.
Yes.
Stone Cold comes across a sign. It's an engineering sign. He goes, engineering? I can't take that. I don't have a college degree. What?
Dude, even I forgot. Oh, I forgot. I'm glad I wrote this down because I would have completely forgot. Just before that, when it cuts into the segment, he's wheeling Hall around like down this hallway, and he says, "You want me to sing you a song? You like music, don't you?" He never. Why did he? Why did he say this? He never sings him a song. It never comes up again.
He's just talking, bro. He's just talking.
He's just talking shit.
He's just talking, and no one giving him anything back because Scott Hall can't talk this whole night. So it's just Stone Cold going, "Yeah, I got that. Get a college degree. What?" What?
They stop at maintenance. He says, "Oh, that's the stop," and he wheels him into this cage. He says, "Oh," and there's a light at the top, and he puts the Hall on. And he says, "Oh, look, it's a spotlight. You're a big star." And he plays with the hair again. Stupid little ponytail makes me sick.
Makes me sick. The pipe drops. So silent.
That was later.
No, that happens in this one too.
There's a pipe drop here too?
Yes, there's a pipe drop right when he goes, "You want to be a big star, huh? You got the spotlight, yeah?"
Because I definitely wrote that for the one later.
The next time they pipe drop twice in the same second, I was like, "Oh my god."
Austin said, "You're a piece of cheese. You're the bait. Your little friend's gonna look for you because they like you. Why? I have no idea."
You make me sick.
When your friends get here, they're gonna say hello to my little friend. What? Just sit there and shut up. Thank you. It's Austin talking to himself.
So then we get to the Billy and Chuck promo part. They're just so happy to win the tag team titles.
Yes.
The APA comes up and Bradshaw goes, "So you guys are supposed to be gay or what? What's your gimmick here? I don't really know what's going on." Yeah, you guys gay or no? what's
and they're like, no.
Dude, we're
like,
good.
all right, well, you're
you guys
gay.
want to kiss or something? You want to hug? No, we're good, man. We just already
You guys
did
can
that.
go get your freak on, that you won because you're gay. They're like, no, we're
No,
not.
we're not gay.
Totally not gay at all, dude.
Thinking back, this gimmick actually was really good.
Yeah.
You guys are gay? No, dude. So after that, we go back to the backstage, and wow, my God, Hogan and Kevin Nash finally found Scott Hall.
Yeah, Hogan and Nash are looking for Scott Hall again. They find him, and Scott is, he's got tape over his mouth, so trying to warn them. And Nash drops the pipe, "Drink beer." Austin attacks him, locks him in the cage. He steals Scott Hall away. He says, "Look at your little friend. He's going bye-bye. He's going bye-bye. There's no way out. Get it?"
Yeah, I love that Stone Cold thinks, he probably thinks the NWO just stands for No Way Out. He's like, "We have the whole pay-per-view. What? NWO what?"
Yeah, so he steals Hall once again.
Stephanie McMahon comes out. She goes, "It's my time. It's my time."
She gets in
the
the
ring. She
ring.
still has "It's my time," but Triple H doesn't.
No.
Triple H has got his new one. He's got, I got you.
She has it for a while, too, I feel like. I don't know when she changes to "I'm all grown up now." When she comes GM, maybe? Is that when she changes it?
Yeah, maybe. When did we watch with Lesnar? Was that 2003?
That would have been... I feel like that's 03, so that's not too far away.
Yeah, I feel like her entrance music was different at that point. So, yeah, I feel like we're not too far away from that.
She gets in the ring and somebody throws popcorn at her.
You trash bag hoe? Chris Jericho comes out and says, "She ain't calm down. She ain't trash bag hoe no more." She's all right.
So he says, "Before we watch Undertaker kick Triple H's ass tonight, I have an announcement to make." And it cuts to a sign in the crowd. And this sign.
Oh, not this sign.
This sign. I have no fucking idea what this guy was going for. It says HHH going vertically down the left side. And then it says, "Steph, your YOUR game is over," in each spot of the H's. So I don't know if this guy got the wrong message about what HHH stands for.
To be fair, back in the day, I did a sign just like that for Rob Van Dam. I did, for Rob Van Dam. I did a sign back when I was in middle school. We went to a one in Richmond, and we were really big on Rob Van Dam at the time.
As you should be.
And we did a sign. I think we wrote like RVD, WWF, SmackDown, but it was like all, you know what I mean? It wasn't like in a row. It was just like. I mean, I would have made here's
fun
what
of
we did. I'll show it on the screen for that.
Oh,
you
shit.
Can't see it, but I'll show it on the
screen.
It says RVD, but then it goes Rob Van Dam down, so it looks like RVD, OA, BNM, WWF.
Do you still have that? You have the picture?
Yeah, I still have the picture. No.
God.
I'm trying to show it on the screen, but I don't think my camera's going to catch it.
All right, that's fine.
But yeah, it's a great picture.
I went to a house show one time, and my dad and I made a sign. It was a Triple H sign, but it was an anti-Triple H sign. It said, it had HHH down the side, but it said Hunter's Huge Honker, and it had a nose drawn on it.
I got it to work.
Oh, you got it?
Yeah, you can see it a little bit.
Wait, where am I looking?
It's scuffed. You can't see it. They can see it.
Oh, okay.
On Patreon.
Oh, yeah, true. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I was trying to show it to them, but yeah, it's real scuffed. We were young and whatever.
That's pretty good. Yeah, whatever.
We were young,
cool.
This is how it is.
Yeah.
So yeah, Chris Jericho interrupts. Of course,
the Guy Fieri shirt.
Yeah, he's fucking. This is like peak Chris Jericho stuff here.
What a look.
He's got the Guy Fieri shirt shit on. He's got the pants. He's got the dip hair.
The dip dye.
Just looking good, man. He just looks incredible.
With the both belts too.
Yeah, NBA Twitter definitely would not have roasted him back then.
No, he looked cool as fuck here.
Nowadays, I don't know. That's a little different story.
Yeah.
He's the undisputed champion. He does his entire fucking entrance here. I mean, this is a promo. He does his entire fucking entrance here. And I love the story of him winning the undisputed title. He's like, I went to the hotel and I ate food in the room by myself.
Yeah, and nobody was there to congratulate me after the match.
That was a really good story. I like that.
That sucks.
Jericho said, I never really meant all those things. You remember, Stephanie, I called you disgusting.
Dirty, disgusting, trash bag. Well, you know what, Stephanie? I never meant any of those things. I was just saying that to get a rise out of these people. And now that I'm champion, I see you for exactly what you are. And that is a brilliant, calculating, conniving genius. Which, of course, leads to our favorite chant. Slut! Slut!
The crowd did not buy this at all.
She didn't even do anything. She did nothing wrong.
JL always said, yeah, you say it. You go, you tell it.
And Stephanie says, I will ensure that you never, ever lose that title. We should be more than friends. Let's be business partners.
And Tim White said, can I look at your ass?
Yeah, let me see your asshole, please. Yeah, so yeah, Stephanie and Jericho get out of the ring because they're going to go on commentary. This is another show that I had to watch this week with Jericho on commentary, and it was both good, so it's okay with me. Stephanie is sitting on the apron. Tim White comes over and like helps her get off the apron, and I think he kisses her hand. And then he definitely looks at her ass, and Jericho walks by him, and Tim White winks at him. Like, what the fuck do I not know here about Tim White?
Tim White was taking liberties with Stephanie at this point. Yeah, so what's happening here? This is a little rough.
Also, what the hell was Stephanie's announcement?
I think her announcement was going to be that she fucking hates Triple H.
Was the announcement that she's going to make sure Triple H doesn't win? Was that all it was?
Yeah, I think it was just going to be something simple like that.
Okay, fair enough.
Much. So we go into the main event, which is Triple H versus Undertaker, and I have to say, this is probably one of the best main events I've ever seen in my entire life.
I mean, in terms of, if you're going to go back in there, I mean, now that Undertaker's career is over, I imagine Triple H will have another match, but if you go back in the history of pro wrestling with these two, I mean, they've had Mania matches together, multiple Mania matches together. They've had other pay-per-view matches together, even against other opponents. In terms of just pure quality, I don't know if you can find a better match than this one with these two. Yeah,
this is easily, I mean, psychology-wise, yeah, there's a lot moving for you.
It's real smart stuff, too.
So Triple H walks out to his Not My Time music.
Not My Time.
Triple H walks over to the table, he grabs some water, and then spits it on Stephanie and Jericho.
Right in their face.
Remember, Jericho is the undisputed champion at this point, not Triple H.
He is the top guy.
So Jericho then goes to attack Triple H. And then Triple H proceeds to whoop his ass for
Jericho had to jump
5 straight minutes.
Jericho had to jump on him, and he got beat up.
He got his shit destroyed. Not only did he get beaten face-to-face, Stephanie got in the way, and Triple H had to stop because he was like, I don't want to beat up my wife. And he's like, yes, I do. So he's about to hit the pedigree on Stephanie. And then Jericho attacks him from behind, and then Triple H whoops his ass anyways.
He beats him up some more and clotheslines him into the crowd.
And then right as he clotheslines him into the crowd, keep rolling. What? So Undertaker then decides halfway through this ass beating, he said, I think I'm going to come out here. We can have that match.
I guess it's my time.
So he comes out on the motorcycle through the same hole that Stone Cold barrel rolled through earlier during the entrance.
It looked like it was definitely a lower motorcycle than usual. He was low to the ground.
This Big Evil look is so goated. Like, it's incredible.
He looks fucking so cool.
He looks really cool.
What a cool fucking nickname Big Evil is, by the way.
Yeah, this was a great run for him.
Yeah.
So he comes out, and he's like, I'm going to come have this match. So he gets off the motorcycle. He parks it. He gets up on the apron. Triple H punches him. He gets back off, puts his glasses back on, and then rides the motorcycle right out of the arena.
The music The music never stops playing this whole time.
He puts the glasses back on and leaves.
He gets bumped off the apron. He says, "You got that," and he leaves. He just drives away.
Rides that shit right back
There's
out.
no main event.
10 out of 10. Big Evil has done the damn thing. I can't believe
Hell
it.
yeah.
That's probably one of my most remembered looks for whatever reason for Undertaker. Maybe it's
The
just the
bandana
red
and the hoodie?
Bandana, yeah, and the hoodie and the red hoodie
Yeah.
is always something I always remember.
That's how I
pretty
dress
well.
now.
Just Big Evil right now. 20 years fucking later.
Hey, man, it still holds up.
So then after that, we get the ending segment of the show, which is Stone Cold talking to himself some more.
Even though Scott Hall's tape has been ripped off, Austin is still just talking to himself.
So Scott Hall's getting his ass whooped backstage. Stone Cold rips the tape off his mouth, and then as he rips the tape off, I'm like, is this even Scott Hall? Who is this guy? It does not look like Scott
It
Hall.
looked like an imposter.
Yeah, like it was like uncanny. It was real fucking weird. Anyways, he loads him into the back of the truck. What? The back of the pickup. What?
Well, he knocked Hall onto the floor, and he stares down. And he says, "Help! I've fallen. I can't get up." What? And stomps on him.
Help! I've fallen and I can't get up. What?
Stone Cold, he's not even trying to put coherent sentences together anymore.
No,
he's just looking
saying-
for reasons to
He's
say
just
what.
memeing. This is a big meme guy.
Just shit posting in real life.
Yeah.
So Stone Cold throws him in the back of the truck. They come out to the arena. Stone Cold gets out. He throws the Broken Skull cooler full of beers into the ring.
God, I would love to have one of those. I don't even
Me
drink beer.
too.
And I want one of those.
Yeah, we were talking about that. That fucking cooler
should-
is dope as hell. We should look into that.
Yeah, you know, it's off the record. Don't
Take
listen.
some gimmicks to easy.
I think
Scott
so.
Hall then took a bump in the back of the truck. And then Stone Cold, the whole thing was a rib on Scott Hall being a drunk.
This
His
is
whole thing was a
entirely
rib.
just fucking on him for being a drunk. Like, not even just like a tongue-in-cheek thing. It's like, I'm gonna whoop this drunk's ass and then I'm gonna pretend he doesn't drink. What?
What?
He drags Hall into the ring. He hits Hall with a beer, and then he gets on the mic and says, "Hey yo, what?" I said, "Hey yo, what?" Tremendous.
Yo! I said, hey, yo! Hey, yo!
This was just Vince being like, big middle finger, fuck all that. You guys ain't
Fuck
shit.
you. You left me, you pussy. Now you're gonna pay.
Drink a beer.
Austin says, "Yeah, I thought we drink a beer. What? A cerveza, a brewski, a Steve Weiser."
As he gets further in, he just stops being coherent at all.
He says, "You ain't thirsty? You cost me the title, and now you don't want to drink a beer with Stone Cold? You hurt my feelings, what? You make me feel bad." Melancholy.
Why did he say
I don't know. I want to cry. What? I want to cry. And then I wrote, Austin is taking liberties with this promo.
Dude, he is. And Scott can't say anything. He was probably told, don't say anything. Just let Stone Cold go off on a tangent. He goes, you drunk? What? You got a buzz? What? You don't feel
You're
good?
gonna go to
What?
rehab? You want to go to arrest again?
Yeah,
DUI?
what the fuck, dude?
Gonna ruin your life? Ruin your career? The hell?
You gonna go to TNA? What?
Gonna punk out?
Bro, you punk.
And then this is the I know the Hogan thing, the what thing on the side of the car was you said was the funniest thing, but I think this next thing that Austin does is so fucking hilarious. He says, "Well, I'm gonna kick this son of a bitch every time you say what." And then the crowd just keeps saying what, and he stomps him so many times. And then after stomping him like 20 times, he says, "I keep kicking him, but I don't want to wear out a good shoe."
He punches me because that's my drinking hand. What?
Damn it, that's my drinking hand. Hogan and Nash are still trapped backstage. And Austin, he says, "You know what? I'm tired of whooping your ass. Let's drink a beer."
And Scott goes, okay.
So he gives him a beer. And he just stuns him. He
And
stuns
Scott-
him. And Hall does a great sell. And not only that, but his chain lands in his mouth.
It's incredible. It is a top tier stunner here. Just incredible. Stone Cold did not give that same regard.
No,
When Scott
not
gave
at
him
all.
the stunner, he said, piss off.
And Austin puts his watch to his ear. He listens to his watch, and he goes outside the ring, and he gets the spray paint from inside of his car. He gets in the ring, and the crowd chanting 316, 316. I thought he were gonna write what on his back. I don't know what. They're smarter than I am because I wouldn't have thought.
Yeah, I thought he was gonna spray paint NWO style for life. What?
He's gonna spray paint alcoholic, drunk, bastard.
Go to TNA. You're punked out and you're a punk. What?
Waste of life.
Eric Young, get on down here. What? Steve was taking all night. I thought at some point Scott was going to get one up on him. He didn't.
Yeah, anything. Like,
he didn't. And then at WrestleMania, they're going to beat the brakes off of him.
Yeah, he whipped his ass. He spray
Get the
paints
fuck outta here.
316 on Hall's back, and everyone's happy, and the show goes off the air. So I read this after during the scene between the beginning one where he was like tied up to the chair and Austin like poured beer on him. Supposedly that was filmed at like 2 or 3 a.m. and Hall they did the duct tape over his mouth because he was on antabuse, which is like I guess when you're trying to fucking stop drinking, that you get prescribed this to stop fucking drinking. It's like a counseling thing. So any beer touching his mouth would make him violently fucking sick. Even the smell of it would like make him sick. So Scott was like getting violently sick just due to the smell of that shit.
That story is crazy, man.
Which is leads to even more proof that they were fucking with this dude so hard. Because he like, surely he said, hey, maybe Scott Hall's a trooper and he said, we'll just do it. But maybe someone should have said, hey, maybe don't do this.
I mean, to be fair to Scott, he was never a world's champion, but
no,
he did anything ever you asked him to do. So like, that's a good.
This also, I mean, they did that whole angle in WCW where his gimmick was "I'm drunk forever, for life."
They did it in WWF.
NWO for life, drunk style.
They did it in TNA. They did it everywhere.
Yeah, you're right.
He's never after that. That's the only gimmick he ever had.
Forever drunk guy. Yeah, that's true.
This was a fun episode of SmackDown.
It was, yeah.
Tony actually picked this, I think, too. I'm sad he wasn't here to talk about it with us.
It's a shame, yeah. So, Tony, go to hell.
Or France.
Same difference.